Barry Ferguson.
Glorious. No, I won't give in till I'm victorious.
Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today we're back for another brand new video. Today's video is going to be something we haven't done now for I think 2 months or so, and I've seen a couple of comments recently and I thought today was the perfect opportunity to do it. Yes, I'm out of content. Leave it. If you don't know what I'm talking about and that title hasn't given it away, we will be looking at some of the Bears that's out on loan. We're going to look at a vast majority. I'm going to break down the games, how many minutes they're playing, goals and assists, all that cool stuff in my personal opinion on it. And then we're going to end with a little bit of news regarding the kits and JD Sports, because I've seen some worry about that. So don't worry, we'll keep you updated on the JD situation on. But before we actually get there, if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel as we make our way to 22k. Let's get into it, shall we? 3, 2, 1. Start off with the very first one. Let's start off with the goalkeeper, shall we? It's the man with the glorious beard. It's Big Jack Anwick. Some people were disappointed that he was actually loaned out, believe it or not. And his Scunthorpe fans seem to be enjoying his performances. He's actually played 6 games and allowed 9 goals in total. But he's actually been a pretty solid player. You go back and look at the Scunthorpe's Twitter account. They seem to be absolutely loving him, make save after save after save. So that's good to see. To be honest with you, we all know what Jack Anwick's all about. He's actually a very talented goalkeeper. It's just we are so stacked in the goalkeeper position just now. It was just one of those things where we either sold him or loaned him, and I don't think anyone came in with a good enough offer, so we actually loaned him out. But to give you an update on Jack Anwick, he's actually playing pretty well, and his Scunthorpe fans are very, very happy. Let's move on to someone that's actually been in the news this week, and that's none other than the Garden Gnome himself, Jason Holt, the man that tried his absolute the best, who gave it his all every single time he played. Wasn't he the best overall player, but he ran his little heart out, and he's been doing that down south for obviously Fleetwood, and they've obviously took a shine to him. He scored in I think his second game or maybe even his debut, and he's been performances week in and week out for them as well. However, he has this week been called out by none other than Joey Barton. In the recent loss to 2-0 to Rochdale, he actually was at fault for one of the goals. Joey sort of came through him a little bit, just like Joey seems to do. Spoke about it, saying he needs to be smarter, and actually called out a lot of the senior players that was playing in that game for not performing up to the standard that he wants to see. So that was a wee bit disappointing, but overall 11 appearances, 1 goal is actually a pretty decent turnaround for Jason Holt. One of these players, again, I don't really see actually coming back into the fold at Ibrox, but it's good to see him actually put performances down south. And if you don't mind watching this video while I'm actually breaking down these names, could you maybe let me know in the comments section, do you think they're going to have a future at the club, or should we sell them? That's a bit interesting interactivity that we like to see on the channel. It'd be fun and interesting if you want to get involved in that. Moving on to the next one, we have none other than the man Lee Hodson. I've got no notes, I just say it's Lee Hodson. All joking aside, he's actually played 5 games for St Mirren, and he actually was involved and actually played a man of the match performance against Celtic during their 0-0 draw. They started as if they were going to pick up some points, but they're starting to drift away now and seem to be struggling. But again, he put in that performance against Celtic, so in all, the probably loan worked out. Got them to drop points. Obviously no goals or assists either. Just joking, Lee, you know I love you. Let's turn our attention now to Jamie Barton Jonas. Now, Jamie Barton Jonas is someone that Stevie G has actually spoke about numerous times, that Steven Gerrard actually has enough belief in this laddie that he phoned up the Bury manager on his phone, on his own, and said, listen, you've got to take this guy. This guy's got son. I want him to develop, and he'll certainly help you out. And when I heard about this news, you remember my reaction in the channel. I was so excited for this because it showed that Gerrard wanted to put him in this place. It wasn't as if a club came in. He actually phoned him, says he will fit your system, you will get the best of him, and it also helped Jamie Barton Jonas develop. Unfortunately, he has only played 3 games, totaling into 78 minutes overall. But again, this is just a recent loan that he's went out with. He's adjusting to life down there and getting first team football. Regulars getting more and more minutes as it comes, and I'm sure Jamie Barton Jonas will start making an impact on the field. Jamie Barton Jonas certainly has the talent, and we would love to see him develop. That is one where I think he would actually come back and play a big part in the Rangers' future. Certainly, Stephen G has apparently said so. I guess you could say that's a wee bit disappointing overall for Jamie Barton Jonas, but I'm sure he'll grow into it as the season goes. But on the flip side, another Rangers youngster that was loaned out to sort of get game time and develop into that player that Stevie G wants him to be is none other than Zack Rodham. Zack Rodham was loaned out to Falkirk, and he's played 4 games and he scored 4 goals. Big Zack Rodham knows where the back of the net is, and that is what we like to see. That is the consistency. A goal a game for big Zack. Unfortunately, his most recent game is maybe his worst overall, where Sharpdev, Batchy and Grant the Grafter was there to actually film for the Falkirk versus Dunfermline rivalry match. They did watch him and Sharpdev sort of fed me back his sort of performance. It wasn't really necessarily involved in the game, it was just Falkirk were struggling to get it to him. But again, overall, his stat per game ratio is absolutely brilliant for a youngster. That is what loans are all about, to go out there, get game time and improve. So Zack Attack, if you're wondering, is killing it. 4 games, 4 goals. Let's actually stick with the strikers for a few minutes and let's focus on some of the ones that we've actually got loaned out. Joe Dodo, he's obviously out. Let's actually stick with the strikers for a few minutes and let's compare our youngsters and whoever's been loaned out elsewhere. Let's compare them and let's see how they're actually getting on. So we've got 4 games, 4 goals for the Zack Attack. Now over to England and down to Blackpool where Joe Dodo is playing. 5 games, 1 goal. He's sort of just drifting in and out the squad. He's playing less and less minutes, which is a bit weird because that seemed to be what happened at Rangers. Like, he'd come in and he would play well, because when he first went down there, I remember the excitement for the Blackpool fans. I think he scored in his debut as well. It was just like, here we go, this is what he's gonna do for us. But Jodo's a bit of a maverick. I think I even said that on the channel before. Actually watching him play, he can make things happen. He is special, he can do stuff, but he's very, very inconsistent. And so far from what I can see from the Blackpool Twitter account, when I went and looked through it to see what the people's actually saying on there, it can be very, very frustrating to watch. But again, still early in the season, 5 games, 1 goal, at least he's off the mark. I'm pointing to you, Herrera. Big sexy, too sweet. Herrera, 9 games, 0 goals, 0 assists. At least he's took Sarnwell. Kept his consistency. I mean, there's not much else I can say about this one. I think, to be fair to him, he is actually impacting the game. Listen, he's never been an out-and-out goal scorer. We have spoken about that on the channel before. He's a target man. He brings others into play, whether it's been the assist of the assist or getting involved in just creating absolute havoc. And he has been sort of doing that. Apparently, some of his performances have actually been pretty good. He's just not been in the end of anything in terms of goals or assists. But that is another one. I think maybe we should have looked at getting a permanent deal rather than a loan, because when they come back, like when more and more of these people are coming back, I'd rather have Zack Attack in around the team, and maybe even Joe Dodo if he gets a wee bit more consistent. Herrera, I think his time at Rangers is unfortunately over, but 9 games, 0 goals and 0 assists is the stats for the big sexy SOB. And to wrap up the striker front, I have a bit of disappointment and a bit of sad news. I've been 100% honest with you. It's going to be none other than the Greyhound, Ryan Hardy. Now, I've been on the channel many times talking up Ryan Hardy, saying he's going to do this and he's going to go that. Unfortunately, his season-long loan to Livingston has actually been sort of blighted by injuries so far. I think it took him about 6 to 8 weeks to even recover, and he has actually only played 12 minutes overall. That is all he's played, 12 minutes of football, which is obviously very disappointing. And as you can imagine, recovering from a serious injury, only playing 12 minutes, his stats currently sit at 0-0. He's matching with Herrera, which is obviously disappointing, but I think this is one of these players. Still think this guy can add something to Rangers Football Club. He is one I want to see come back and get a chance under Steven Gerrard. Hopefully now his injuries have been put to one side, he gets back to match fitness and starts playing games for Livingston and doing what he does best, which is bang him in at the back of net. So good luck to the Greyhound on that one. Now we're going to talk about Greg Docherty last, because he's obviously been in the paper this week talking about his future. He's been back at Ibrox, he's talked to Gerrard, so there's a wee bit of information and sort of news about that one. But there is still one man I haven't discussed just yet. And can you guess who it is? It's none other than Carlos Pena. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Carlos Pena, I believe it's actually pronounced. I got slaughtered last time by a lot of people in the comments. Carlos Pena is back playing football, ladies and gentlemen. I am very happy to say that, because there was a long time where he was struggling with his own demons and he wasn't playing on the park. He was doing stuff off the park and it was just causing problems after problems. But he's went and got help and he's back playing football, which I'm delighted to tell you about. He's played 8 games, no goals or assists, and again, some of these games that he's actually played in has only been about 12 and 10 minutes or the last 5 minutes of the games, but he's getting back to match fitness. He's back around the first team. The off the field stuff, you never read about it in the papers anymore because they didn't care. You know why? Because he's actually behaving himself and he's working hard. So shout out to Carlos Pena, back playing games. I doubt we'll get our investment back, but you never know. Like, I think Carlos Pena, maybe even a Greg Docherty we're about to speak at, should look at Andy Halliday, and I'm genuinely believing that, because Andy Halliday's career looked like it was over. Now look at his career. You look at Carlos Pena with all the talent that he actually possesses, what he could turn into if he's got the right mindset when he comes back to work with Steven Gerrard. We just might get a player worth 3.3 million in talent, which absolutely excites me. Obviously, his loan ends there at the end of the season, so he will be back then to see what it goes with that one. And yeah, very interested. If you're still watching this video, because I know it's a bit random and weird, if you're watching, how do you feel about Carlos Pena? Can he be next season's Andy Halliday? And I just genuinely believe that's a great question. That is going to be the question of the episode from me to thee. Carlos Pena, yes or no? Now let's turn our attentions to Greg Docherty, however, because it is time the man inspired this entire episode. Because I was reading his story, and it's a fantastic interview where he talked about Rangers is obviously his dream. He's watching every game, he's watching European games, and it's hurting him down south. It's hurting him watching Rangers play, knowing that he's not a part of it. He's actually came and visited Ibrox a couple of times, and something he actually said in his interview, I'm not going to read the full thing out, but something that he mentioned was obviously nipped into Ibrox to do a wee bit of the gym work when he was there, just to see the staff, just to meet up with some of the players, talk to them, get amongst the Rangers fields. And the gaffer actually said, "Good game last week, I liked your goal." That's absolutely brilliant, and that meant so much to him that he said in the interview that was great that the gaffer is still watching his games and still caring about his performances. Greg Docherty's been loaned out to Shrewsbury, played 11 games of football, he's got 3 goals and 2 assists, which is absolutely great. However, Shrewsbury is actually really struggling. They're actually 23rd in the league with only 3 points. However, the only bright spark in their season so far has actually been Greg Docherty. He scored 3 goals in his last 5 games. And during the interview, he kind of talked about his future and says it's definitely not over. He is willing to fight night and day for his chance at Ibrox. He has got 4 years left in the deal, and he wants to see that out and also extend it. So that's good to see. And also he talked about how he's living down south by himself for the first time ever. That he's not living with his parents or anything like that, or living with his girlfriend. He's living there down south, and it's helping him mentally to strengthen up, which he said in his own words will help him for future Old Firm matches, which I just love that the guy's got the confidence to actually say that. Clearly his mindset is being a Rangers player. Now, apologies about this video's length and being a bit rambling, a bit different. I just tried to keep you updated with Rangers news. Obviously it's international break, so we decided to look at some of the loan boys. Quick little update on the JD thing that the papers tried to clip because they pulled the Rangers kits from their sale. JD actually responded and just says they're out of stock, so they pulled it from their website to stop people from ordering when they can't get the kits. That's it. That's it. Honestly, that's it. JD has come out, fair play to them, says they will give you updates and they will be back up on the site soon as they get more kits, so don't worry about it. I've seen a few people tweet me saying, JD's pulled it, is that because of the legal problems with Ashley? No. From JD's spokesperson's own mouth, it's because they're sold out. Now we need to do a sort of rapid fire sponsor break because I don't know how long this is going to be. It's literally 32 minutes when I'm editing this right now, so let's just do it really quickly, shall we? 3, 2, 1, sponsor break! That iron brew is so off, it's starting to taste like mint. And as always, every single video that we do about the Rangers, we try and put up a poll to get the people's opinion. I just simply asked, does Greg Docherty still have a future at Rangers? I asked the people on YouTube about Carlos Pena. I asked the people on Twitter about Greg Docherty. 421 votes in the half an hour that it was up. Thank you so much for that. 88% of the people votes for yes. Clearly, they believe in JD. Do you? I've been CJNova92. Massive thank you for all the support. And yesterday's video, obviously, I opened up a little bit and said some stuff about my own struggles with mental health. So shout out to you for all the support. I really appreciated some of the people opening up to me and some of the DMs that I also received on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you so much. I just want to give a special shout out to everyone that's recently subscribed and obviously subscribed to the Patreon, which will be in the link in the description, which obviously goes directly to the channel to help it improve in terms of quality. Anyway, I'm out here. I've been CJNova92. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.